Hi, good morning, everybody. How are you? Welcome to Writing Part 2. I'm glad you're here. Let me just say that. Um, I'm happy that any day that you start, that you come back, that you keep pushing, it's a good thing. And I want you to know that you have our support. Please ask for help. We are tutoring a number of people. Also, want you to know that we are planning to have some live classes for writing. And because you can't do writing virtually, you have to write. And if anyone is interested in these live classes, please email me. You know, my email is on Classroom. You can also put it in the chat that you're interested. Love to have you come in. Will be most likely on Tuesdays and Thursdays from a 10 o'clock class and 1 o'clock class will be taught by Patrick and myself. So there will be plenty of us to go around and give you individual attention. The writing part of the TASC exam is one that gives folks some trouble. So that's why we want to have these workshops, because we're not having full classes this fall. We want to have an opportunity to work on those areas that give us trouble sometimes, so you can all be successful. So let me know, let Patrick know. I don't have specific start date yet, but please know that it is coming very soon. So with that being said, one of the papers that you are required to do on the TASC exam is an argumentative paper. So I'm going to go through everything about that, what it should look like, what it is, the individual components, and how it's graded, what a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1 look like. We've talked about writing structure, but I want to get a little more into the meat of this. So that's what we're going to do today. And by the time we finish this lesson, which we're not going to complete today, you will have an understanding of what a good argumentative essay looks like and what it's composed of. So this part of our lesson is really um, just an overview. So in an argumentative essay, it requires you to compose. Let me blow this up a little bit more. I know that looked a little small to me even. It requires you to compose a short essay in response to a specific prompt in 45 minutes. That is what you get. You'll be scored based on the clarity of your writing, your organization, the development of the ideas you present, and your overall sentence structure and grammar. Okay? For the TASC argumentative essay, you must produce a thesis, which means a position on the topic you are taking a side, and then support it with more than one clearly explained example. Time management in this section is very important because you're going to need to read 2 essays that relate to the prompt before you can even begin writing. So to use your time effectively, you should break down the 45 minutes in the following way. And I know some of you have tasks coming up on Thursday. So keep this in mind. And I would go online and find some practice essays, but we're going to work through this. So 2 minutes, you're reading the question prompt and making sure you're clear on what it is they're asking you to do. You're going to take 4 minutes to read the first passage, 4 minutes to read the second passage, 5 minutes to write an essay outline. And we're going to go into that. How do I write an outline? But remember, we've used some templates, whether it's the hamburger or the like the satellite with the circles around it. That's how you're going to put an outline. And then you're going to take 25 minutes of that time, half of that time, to write your essay. And then you got to go back and read it and edit it. You must go back and read it and edit it. So look at this. If you spend a full 15 minutes analyzing the prompt, why do you want to play with me today? Right? If you spend a full 15 minutes, hold on. Oh, goodness. I was in the zone. Okay, so if you spend a full 15 minutes analyzing the prompt and planning your essay, then that, ugh, I want to cry right now. Don't do this to me. Okay, how about we do it this way? Then it's easy to write 5 paragraphs in 25 minutes. That's 5 minutes per paragraph, right? And so to best prepare, you need to familiarize yourself with the informational and argumentative essay prompts. Remember, you're going to get 2 types, and practice writing at least one type to gain the experience you need. So you can't just say, I'm going to go in on Thursday and you have not practiced writing these kinds of essays. It is not going to work. Promise you. Because the more you write, the better you get at it, the more you'll flow, the less nervous you'll be at it because you'll be familiar with it. So your approach to the task argumentative essay is going to be the same as your approach to the informational essay, with 2 exceptions. For the argumentative essay, your thesis is going to be about the opinion you agree with, right? But when you're doing the informational essay, your thesis is just going to combine or synthesize, summarize the information from the prompts into a recommendation. And so the goal is to provide information with your informational essay. You would include more details. You want to be as detailed as possible. Okay, so for the task argumentative essay, your thesis is going to take the form of this. A is the correct position because of B, C, and D. And when you're doing the informational essay, your thesis is going to take the form of the best plan of action is A because of B, C, and D. Do you see the difference? In the argumentative essay, you are asked to take a side in the argument, and then you give your reasons why. So next, let's look at how we are going to strategize this, our plan of action, and our template, which is our kind of like our pattern, or that it will take how it will take shape. So in order to complete it, it's important that you give enough time to fully plan out what you're going to write about before you start writing. The grader is going to look for a clear and strategic organization, that it makes sense. So the time you spend planning will pay off in the end. Absolutely, you can never just write cold and turn something in, because it comes from your consciousness. It's just a flow of ideas without any organization. So the organization of this will ideally have 5 paragraphs and follow this format. Paragraph 1, introduction. 2, example. 3, example. 4, example. 5, conclusion. That's what you should do. Okay, we're saying some circles that it doesn't have to be that, but I want you to follow that format to make sure that you have everything in there that you need. And so as you outline your response, you remember that you have to place your thesis sentence in the introductory paragraph. What are we talking about? Use topic sentences with transition words: first, second, or firstly, secondly, thirdly, finally, right? In conclusion. And then you end your essay with a succinct, meaning you have said what you had to say without word salad, meaning too much blah, blah, blah. You just said what you needed to say. But that you have summarized your main points, restate your thesis, always restate it in the final paragraph. And if possible, connect your arguments to a larger issue. What does she mean? Well, we're going to get there. So in paragraph 1, which is our introduction, here's a sample version of what an introduction is going to look like to the argumentative essay. Blank is an important concern to society today. One side believes, and they say this. The other side believes and has stated that. However, despite the controversy around this issue, there's only one correct position. People should do this because of this, this, and this. That is your introductory paragraph, and then you're just going to fluff it up. You're going to fill in with beautiful, well thought details, right? And in this introduction template, we accomplished three goals. We've introduced our topic, we've described the opinions presented in the two passages, and we provide a thesis or a main idea and list three supporting details. And remember to state the opinions of the two sides in your own words and include brief quotes. This proves to the reader that you're on topic and that you have appropriately analyzed this essay prompt. Show your understanding of the prompt even before revealing your argument. You see how this essay has built on everything that we've talked about? It's also beneficial to list your supporting ideas as an extension to your thesis, and this will clarify to the reader what you're going to discuss in the coming paragraphs. If you're struggling to write 5 paragraphs in the time provided, practice writing only 4 paragraphs with 2 examples, and then work your way up to 3 examples. You have to practice. There's no way around this. So in paragraphs 2, 3, and 4, those are our supporting examples, right? So you're going to explain how each supporting idea proves your thesis statement. You don't need more than 5 paragraphs, so aim for 3 supporting ideas. And you can use this following template from which to build your supporting paragraphs. One or another reason why the position that blank is correct is because blank. This is supported by the passage that states, okay, you're pulling that directly from the passage. Notice it's in quotation marks. That means that blank. This is also supported by additional evidence from the passage, such as the sentence in quotations, and that position shows the position of, that evidence shows the position of blank, that it's correct. And because, why is it correct? Giving your reasoning. Finally, we get to our conclusion. You're going to conclude your argument. And here's a template that you could use. The opposing side is well intentioned, believing blah, blah, blah. They are concerned that blank. And though this concern has merit or has value, it is ultimately incorrect. Based on the facts of blank, blank, and blank, Americans should blank. And in conclusion, I believe that blah is correct. Okay, that is how you're going to end. So with this conclusion paragraph, we have done 3 important things. Introduce the opposing side and give it proper credit. Now, don't spend a whole lot of time on it, but you got to mention it. You got to entertain it. And then you're going to re-emphasize that the opposing side is wrong and restate your thesis in 3 supporting ideas. That's your closing paragraph. So that's all we have for today. And when we get to Thursday, I'm going to actually look at one. We're going to take a look at an argument essay put together from 2 passages and what that should look like. So that's all for today in writing. And perhaps I'll see you at 11:30 in science. Everyone take care.